We have an update in Israel. We have an update about Hamas. For those of you who've been watching, we've been covering how Hamas has agreed, weirdly enough, to not only disarm but to just dissolve and go away. And that looked to be way too good to be true for us. And so turns out those were the headlines yesterday. Donald Trump came out on Truth Social, posted about the board of peace, posted about Hamas dissolving, disarming, etc. And we were like, I don't think so. We don't really think so that's going to happen. So it's running into some problems today. You can see that Axios is once again reporting some stuff. So this one is a little bit different. According to Axios, the IRGC asked Hamas when they attended the funeral for Ali Khamenei, hey, Hamas, don't rush into signing this agreement, okay? Just play for time, lead on the Israelis, lead on the Americans, don't disarm, just hold on, which makes sense. And it looks like this was according to a senior U.S. official. Apparently, Hamas didn't listen and went ahead and signed this agreement. Now, that was yesterday. The day after Donald Trump announces this, a senior Hamas terrorist official, Ghazi Hamid, came out and said, actually, we're not disarming before the Israelis withdraw. Just saying. Also, we didn't say disarm. We said we'll let the Israelis hold our weapons in storage. We're not actually going to disarm. I'm just like, okay, what are you even saying, dude? Like, there's not much of a huge difference there. If you're going to give up your weapons, it's not going to give them back to you. But we're into some problems already. Israel will not interfere. Israel will withdraw first. In your dreams is my response to this. I just never, ever see that happening. Do you think Israel will withdraw from Gaza and be like, oh, yeah, you guys, go for it. Someone else come and take Hamas's weapons. We're out. Good luck, guys.
Yeah, this is the end of Hamas by just calling themselves something else. Okay, so this is basically, let me see. This is basically Hamas is saying, first of all, Hamas, if this happens, this is not going to happen because the conditions, the Hamas has given the condition that Israel must recognize the Palestinian state. That's never going to happen. BS. They also, by the way, the deal also says that they get to keep their light weapons. So they're going to still have a lot of weapons. And also this is over more than 300 days plan. So there's a lot of things that is obviously going to go wrong with this before it is even finalized. Nobody thinks that this is seriously is going to happen. Nobody sane thinks that this is seriously is going to happen. And even if it did happen, it would just be Hamas being like, yeah, Hamas doesn't have guns anymore because we have a new name now. They're supposed to recognize the authority of a new Palestinian authority, which basically means a new terrorist organization that is just not Hamas. And also, it's not like Hamas is the only terrorist groups in Gaza. We have Islamic Jihad and many other terrorist groups. The problem is not Hamas. Hamas is just a name. The problem is jihadism. And you could just, these people keep doing, like, can rebrand as many times as you want for Hamas not to be there. The fundamentals there are the problem. The fundamentals there are anti-Israeli. Here's the thing. You have the population there that is ready to be jihadi, even if Hamas doesn't have guns. The other groups will have guns, and many of these other groups will be from Hamas anyways. Even if we get there, I seriously think this isn't going to happen. But people need to understand this is not about this organization or that organization. It's about two things. These people fundamentally want to kill Jews and Israelis, and honestly, take over not just Israel but the whole world, and they're not going to stop wanting that until they're dead. So one solution is to make them dead. But the main solution is that even if they die, there is enough demand for this for another group to pick up, and other people. These people breed more than they die, right? So there's always going to be there people with that ideology that wants to do this. The thing you need to do is take the source out. This is just a game of whack-a-mole. The more you hit them, Israel does a good job at eliminating these. But all you're doing is you're cutting the branches. It will keep growing back. You have to go for the root, and the root is in Tehran. The root is the Islamic Republic. There is enough oil and gas money coming out of Iran that is motivated to be against Israel, that no matter how many of these groups that you destroy, something else will rise up in its place. So it's good to keep killing terrorists for sure, but there will be always more terrorists. You need to cut their source. You need to destroy their ATM. Their ATM is the oil and gas revenue of the Iranian people stolen from them and that goes into funding these terrorists. None of this will go away until you get rid of the Islamic Republic. Get rid of the Islamic Republic.
My name is Armin Navabi. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.